me how the book first came about, how you guys came up with the idea for the book.
That is neat and noble.
Well, I thought it'd be a good idea to have a cookbook. I didn't really know how to make one, so I asked Lolis here.
It was striking to me because, as I remembered, it was like my first day on the job at a point when I didn't even know what my job was. And she comes in and says, "What about doing a Treme cookbook?" And how do you say no? I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing, so I figured this was part of it.
You know, David, one of the things I love about the shows you've worked on is how it's so much about the city as much as the characters. Has there ever been a city that you sort of said to yourself, you know what, this is the one I'd love to do a project around next?
Terre Haute.
Which one?
Terre Haute, Indiana.
And why is that?
I'm kidding. I got nothing on Terre Haute, sorry. You know, I actually just happened to fall into doing something about New Orleans because it seemed right. And obviously the circumstance of Katrina made it relevant. But I really haven't thought about doing another one on those terms. I can't even begin. I will say I think Detroit is this, it's just gothic what's happened in Detroit. And visually, you know, all those things like the Rouge River plant and all this real estate that is industrial and post-industrial is just visually amazing. But I don't have a single clue as to what the story might be.
You're sort of you're in the final season, you know, only a little bit left. Do you sort of wish you guys had done maybe a few more? Do you sort of wish, man, I'd love to do more next week? 5 more?
5 more. We managed to squeeze our ending season into 5 episodes. It would have been nice if it was 10. We did what we could, and we're proud of it.
What are some of your favorite recipes or from the favorite stories from the book, from each of you?
My favorite picture and one of my favorite recipes is the fried chicken. This hotel does that recipe with David Chang in season 2. Had a friend of mine help develop it. Because, you know, when they do it on set, they got to make it look good, but it's not like they write down a recipe. So I had to go back and kind of recreate that. Also the gumbo recipe, because, you know, I'm from New Orleans, so gumbo is like communion food for me, you know?
The microwave quality, so it's been very, very popular, surprisingly so.
Yeah, we wanted to have some things that would be easy to do and not only be a cookbook for when you got all day to figure out some complicated ingredients or you got a mail order from Louisiana place. But there's some simple recipes like that.
David, any favorites?
I just want to be present at every argument over no white chocolate sauce, yes white chocolate sauce on bread pudding. I just want to be a bystander to the continuing argument, which will probably go into the next millennium.
He's moving into the judiciary after the show.